Hello folks. Now I had a couple of friends come down this afternoon, Daryl and David. Daryl Clark of Stage and Screen and David Lee Picton also of Screen, and they've been giving us a bit of a lift this afternoon. Not a lot, we've done about an hour's worth on it between us, and but that was nice. It was nice of them to come down. It was good to see them. I'll show you what we've been doing. So first off, we finished off the P climbers at the back there. So yesterday we got this one in, didn't we? This front one in, and we've got another one in now at the back there. It was a lot easier having two pairs of hands really to hold it up, that, but it's looking sound that now, as you can see. It's pretty straight, and it's going to do the job. That what we've got to do firstly though, we've got to get some sort of protection against the pigeons around here. So there's going to be like a low fence that I'm going to create with those metal ones, I think, those metal grids. But it's looking a lot better now. We managed to get that sorted out. And down here as well, I'll show you without spinning you around too much, guys. This area. So Daryl's pulled these flags up, and all the flags that were there have been pulled up. It's going to be levelled off to the same level as these pavers. And then we're going to continue on there. Probably going to be tomorrow, hopefully, that. I'll get that done. But the earth that's there is about 2 or 3 inches proud of where the flags are going to be. And these deep ones, they're about 2 inches deep, those flags. Whereas these are only about 1 inch deep. So we'll have to dig down a little bit just to get that level. And what I want to do is I want to run it up till the end of the tiki hut, the tiki tunnel, here. And across. Although maybe what I might do is run parallel with that, the greenhouse. Run parallel with the greenhouse. I had to move that as well. My God, me and Daryl was pushing from this side, and I was pulling from that side, and obviously I got covered in the foulness that was inside, which is that. So this is going to be a really fertile area for nice weed growth, that, because that was the comfrey that we put in there. I decanted quite a bit of it out first, and then we had to tip because it wasn't for moving. It's got bricks in the bottom of that as well when John put it in. But there's still some good liquor down there, some good comfrey liquor, which I'm going to decant out and stick it in some. In fact, I've got one in the car now. Stick it in those plastic milk bottles. But as you can see, where that was leaning on it, it smashed the glass out. It's cracked the glass because it was actually leaning onto that. So that was no good, was it? But yeah, so anyway, that's been moved out of the way. I'm going to get these. It's probably going to take about 2 or 3 of those smaller flags, those smaller pavers there, which we've got 3 of. And I might just do that. I might just run the 3 up, and then wherever that lands, that's my cut-off point. And then just probably going to land about there actually, and continue it on. But I'll have to work it out like a jigsaw puzzle of my own making, that, to use the pavers that we've got. 3 big ones there, 4 big ones over there, so altogether 7 of the big ones. And I've got several of the little ones as well. I'll have to work it out, that. Well, first of all is clear all this out the way. That's a job. But that's a job for tomorrow, I think. Because it's well high time for the Sapo Miro main crop potatoes to go into this big, long, luxurious bed that we can see before us here. It's been weeded. The lady farmer's done the weeding. She came down just as the 2 lads were leaving, and she's done the weeding down there. She's done quite a bit on her side as well, on the lady farmer's side down there. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the potatoes planted in. I've not got any blood, fish and bone, but I've got plenty of chicken manure pellets, and also I've got that concentrated 6X farmyard manure. So that's going to be going in, but I need to get the trenches dug. I'm going to do them one at a time, the trenches. Oh, nearly dropped me there. You get 2 or 3 plants across that 3. It's not even 3 foot, I don't think that. I think it's about 2 3/4 feet, a bit less than 1 metre wide, that. So I'm probably going to put two potatoes in each little station working down, with about an 18-inch gap, or even 20-inch gap between them. So what I might do is put 1 row here, right near the end, put 1 row here, where the supports are, 1 row here, and just work my way down like that. Although it's probably going to be I don't know, really, to be honest with you. You're generally going to need about 24 inches, something like that, between them, the main croppers. Or they'll be crowding each other out. I'll see how we get on. I'll see how many potatoes we've got first, because I can always stick a couple elsewhere to grow on. That's an idea. But I do want some spacing, to be honest. I'll put about 20 inches between the rows with these main croppers and just put a couple of spuds in. You know, so they've got about a 20-inch square growing area. I think that's your best bet there. But firstly, I'm going to start to dig the trench out, the first trench out for the spuds, and get some nutrition in the ground. Let's crack on with that. All right, first trench in. Just a couple of spuds in. Get that earth now backed up onto that, and then I'll move on. And as I say, I'll probably be moving across to that as my next one, or just past that side of the anchor, and just work my way down there. So I'll have 1 row, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably get about 12 rows of 2, so about 24 spuds in, to be honest with you there, by the look of it, on these main croppers. And we should get a decent result off them, hopefully, fingers crossed. Get about £4 off each one. Ideally. We'll see where we get on. Yeah, so they've got like 20 inches of growing room around them, each potato. So hopefully we'll get the maximum results from the 2 potatoes, or the 4 potatoes that are there in the picture that you can see. But speaking of potatoes, these are swift, and they've been in now for about 4 or 5 weeks, these potatoes. And they're doing all right. 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 makes 18, isn't it? 6 threes have gone in there, but these are a first early, the swift. So hopefully they'll be ready in about another, what? I'll say another 8 weeks. They should be ready for pulling. Fingers crossed. Speaking again of potatoes, look at this. All these in here are volunteers. Now, I was sure that we'd, and so was Helen, that we'd pulled them all out of here, but we must have only done about half the bed, or something like that, because there's loads of volunteers popped up there. And I'm loath to dig them out. I don't really want to dig them out, because they're growing. There's some spuds in there. So what I might do is just fill in a few gaps and just leave them to it. And it's the same thing's happened down there in that bed. They're all volunteers popping up in that pallet bed down there. All of that's the old bramble and runaway raspberries. The raspberry root rhizome will go underground. It was all down these paths, but I want to keep it contained within there, to be honest with you. I don't want them running amok. But as you can see there, we've got plenty of raspberry plants coming up there. A bloody plethora of them, and the bees are on them. So fingers crossed for these ones as well. Hopefully we'll have a good year this year. We didn't have a good year last year with the raspberries. But I pulled a load of them out of here as well. The raspberry rhizome, the root system, grows underground and pops up where it likes, where it wants. There's one there, look. Outside of that potato. These are raspberries. I'll have to dig them out really, but that's the top growth coming through there. And it just infests the beds. I suppose it's no bad thing if you like raspberries, but I don't like to have them in the same... look, that's a spud that's been on top, and there it's growing. Now, I don't know how they're going to get on really, because these were first earlies that were in here last year. So if they are near the surface like that, we're not going to get much croppage from them. But I don't know what to do with them, because they're just all coming up. Look, that had a bag on top of it, and you can see these are the ones, these are where the stems or the holms have been trying to push through the ground, and the bag's been on top of them. So it's suppressed it, but they'll green up. So yeah, it's a weird one, isn't it? Shall I pull them or shall I not pull them? I have got loads and loads of seed potatoes, but these lot seem to be wanting to live, don't they? And I don't like killing them. I don't like pulling them up. I suppose you could pull them up, and you can't really. You can't really pull them up and transplant them anywhere. Not when they're like that, I don't think. When they've grown naturally like that and come forward like that. But all the spuds are coming up, as you can see down here. And I've got these 2 courgette plants that I'm going to plant in today as well. At the back there with them I keep calling them raspberries, but they're not. The beetroot that's gone in. That should be standing up shortly. That went in last night, if you remember that. So hopefully they'll all stand up and get a bit of sun and rain on them. But that's where the courgettes are going to go, down there. I'm charging that up as well for doing my fences tomorrow. That's been charged up in there, that hedge clipper. But these want to go in, these courgettes. That's the job. Probably for tomorrow, because I'm going to go and get some tea now. So I'm in the Brassica cage, the super duper Brassica cage, and I've just planted in the pak choi, 12 pak choi, more pak choi, and the Brussels sprouts have gone in. I'm not too sure about the growing medium that they're in though. It's quite loose, and they do like a firm seat, the Brassicas. We'll have to see how they go. I'm going to water them in a second, but I just thought I'd show you inside the Brassica cage because it's flourishing. So I've just planted those in from the cells, the little plug starts. They've gone in now. That's all Brussels sprouts. That. And I've given the usual spacing that I do for the Brassicas. They might be a bit close together, but we'll see how they get on. These will be fine in here though. I'll straighten them up. And these are the pak choi. Now these are the little pak choi, the baby pak choi, but the big brothers of these are in here, if you look. And they are definitely ready for taking. Look at the vibrancy of the colours on them, eh? Really, really dark green, but these are they're definitely going to be shading out these cauliflowers. These are little cauliflowers behind, but they're not little, they're like full grown, or they will be hopefully. The full size, all the year round cauliflowers. But these are flourishing in here, absolutely flourishing. Doing very well. Broccoli at the back, purple sprouting. Oh yes, it's all coming through, isn't it, eh? These are not doing as well in this bed, if you look. The weeds are. But the actual crops that we, especially this area, I don't know what's going on in this area here. They're all sort of like dwarf, aren't they, at the front there? If you look at that one, these are all planted at the same time. Look at him there. And then look at him. And look at him. Same time they were planted. Something's going wrong in that bit, isn't it? Can't think what it is, though. Can't think what that is. But everything, I mean, these are all Calabrese at the back here. Look at these here. Fantastic quality. Look at the quality on that. Amazed me, Anna. What a star. Fantastic. Look at that. It's all looking good. And green and lush and fantastic. One of our long-time viewers, the lovely Kath Flocks, said to me the other day on a post that on one of the videos that one of her posts had been deleted. Now I don't know what's gone on there. I actually apologised to Kath. I said I can only apologise, Kath. I don't know what's gone on there. But it had been deleted, or she's as far as she's concerned, it was deleted. It certainly wasn't me. I don't do that. I don't delete posts, especially from superstars like Kath, who's been with us for years. One of our top bananas is Kath. So if it's happened to you, if you've had a post, a genuine, nothing wrong with it post that's been deleted, let me know, because I'm querying it with YouTube that. I'm going to find out what's gone on with that. Because I have deleted posts in the past, but there've been people that have, you know, like what do you call it? You know, they're a blag. It's somebody either trying to sell you something, unsolicited type of thing. Or it's been somebody coming out with a nasty comment, not about me. I'm not bothered about that, but about another YouTuber, another grower. That's happened in the past. But very, very rarely will I delete a post that people, especially one of you guys, one of you genuine growing revolutionaries. I wouldn't delete that. Yeah, she said it was a post about it was a garden centre in Bolton, or a suppliers in Bolton. You know, I think it was Mayors in Bolton, saying that it had shut down and what have you. But I certainly wouldn't delete you, Kath, my sweet pea. Never in a million years, love. So if anybody else has had that happen to them, let me know about that, because it's not right, that. It wants querying. It makes me paranoid when things like that happen. But anyway, apologies, Kath, even though it weren't me. And don't be frightened of commenting again, because you won't get deleted. And if you do, let me know, because it wasn't me. Anyway, onwards and upwards. All right, guys. Never enough hours in the day, is there? Especially when you've got a family and that, because that comes first, and you want to get that sorted out first. But the lady farmer's been down with us today, and now Bradley and the two other lads will be coming down tomorrow doing a bit of weeding and this and that, because they enjoyed themselves when they came down yesterday. The two mates of our Bradleys. So yeah, you've just got to crack on, haven't you? So keep growing at Yesdown. Saturday night tonight, don't get too drunk. No, it's not. It's Sunday night tonight. Isn't it? Sunday night. But it's Bank Holiday Monday tomorrow here in the UK, so do what you want. But I'm up for the plot, so I won't be getting inebriated. I'll catch you later, boys and girls. Take care of yourselves and each other. God bless. And keep growing at Yesdown. Bye-bye now.